Going on YouTube? So today I'm going to bring you along. I'm going to be doing some windrowing. My birds have left about 3 weeks ago. So when they left that same day, I turned around and did my initial windrow, which that's why you see these two rows of litter right here on each side of the house. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn around and split this row right here in half and push it over to about right here. I'm going to split this one in half and push it into this row right here in the middle, and then the litter that's left over, I'm going to turn around and push it out to the side, and this will allow this section of the floor right here to dry. So the main reasons that I like to windrow are for the floors. So normally when your birds leave, these floors will have a lot of moisture trapped underneath all that litter. So this is a great way for them to dry out. It keeps bacteria from multiplying and growing, making your bird sick, and it also helps all that cake that's built up. It helps it break up, and it's, from what I've noticed, it's better for your birds. They seem to do better. I don't have as much mortality towards the end of the flock. The first few flocks that I ran through here, I did not windrow when I started about 2 years ago. And those two flocks that I did without windrowing were probably the worst ones that I've had since then. But anyways, so yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm just going to be going through and turning this litter over and letting it sit for about probably 2 more days. Should do it, and then I'll come through here and level it out, and then I hire a guy out that will come in and he will decake it. That's what I call it, which will remove a lot of the chunks that don't break up, like this stuff right here. He will turn around and come in with a machine. A decaker is what I know it as. Some people call them decrusters. But anyways, he'll come through here and he'll remove a lot of that cake and leave the fine litter on the floor, so I can get my next flock of birds in. But anyways, so I'm going to be using my brother's tractor, which is this Kubota right here. It's low profile. It's a pretty good sized tractor. So windrowing can be kind of tricky. From what I hear, a lot of people don't like to do it for that reason. But this is a I think it's like 100 and some horse tractor. It runs real good, and we use this KMC windrower. So as you can see, it's about probably 10 foot, close to 10 feet, maybe 9 feet. We turn around and use this and get that litter in rows, as you can see right here. So we have another one too that he has, and he just actually purchased this one. I think this is the second time that I've used this one, but we also have an LVI, which is the same thing, but it's got a different few features to this one. Honestly, between this one and the LVI, I seem to like this one better. But the only thing that I don't like about this one is that it's super heavy. So even though this tractor is a 100 horse tractor and it's super heavy, it still tends to, when you have the implement raised like that, it still puts a lot of weight on the back end, and it will cause your tires to lift up at the front sometimes. And when you're in here, you know, going over these rows of litter, it can get kind of sketchy. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and put my mask on, put my headphones on, and I'm gonna try to record, you know, some of it so you guys can see. Like I said, if you guys don't windrow, you guys are missing out on a lot of the benefits that it provides, especially in commercial poultry like this. So anyways, I'm gonna go get started, and I'll set the phone down to record. mess. So I just got done moving the rows over now. So as you can see, this row that used to be here, I pushed it out to the side. It's not as even as I want it, but it's pretty hard to try to get them all even, especially with that size of the machine. So this row right here in the middle, I always try to get it a little bit bigger than the other ones. When I go to spread this back out, I'll push half of this row over here, and I'll push that row over there as far as I can get it this way, and that usually gets it all even through there, and then I do the same on this side over here. But yeah, you can tell where all that moisture right here is trapped underneath those rows. And when you first do this, like I said before, I had already done this the other day. I'm just going back through and turning it over. So you can see all that moisture underneath there that's trapped on both sides over there. This row right here is a little bit further than I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be right through here, but like I said, it's pretty hard to gauge it. This should allow it to dry a little bit better, especially right here. As you can see all through here, all this, when I go to spread it back out, it should be nice and dry. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the other two houses. So that's normally what I do in between vlogs. I'll go through here and windrow, and it makes a huge difference on your litter. As you can see, these chunks right here have broken down pretty good. So anyways, we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.